So if you guys are anything like me, this is what I want to talk about in this video this evening. If you guys are anything like me, you pay attention to small details about life and things because it's the smallest details, bro, that add up to being the biggest details in the end. Let's say if you're dating some chick, let's say if some of you ladies are dating some guy, bro. Ladies, if you don't pay attention to the small details, that's when things go bad the most. It's not the big things you want to watch out for that just pop out in front of your face like these big red flags. It's the small things that if you can catch, you can save your own life. But that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about the finer details of noticing what else is going on in this world, because I believe, as I've said it before, these are the end of times, and a lot of people is isolated in the end of times. Are we still going to live? I think so, but it's just not going to be the same as what it used to be. You basically have to build a life of happiness and prosperity within yourself. And as you do this, you have to protect it at all costs. The life you build of happiness and prosperity, you have to protect this at all costs. Because there's a lot of wicked people in the world. And it just seems like you can't take your happiness anywhere around others. Nobody wants to see that for you. So a lot of people who's doing it right, who's building their life the right way, are forced to be isolated. I was for a long time. And it's not like you don't talk to nobody, but it's like life is still very isolating compared to what it could be, because the truth is God does not want us isolated, but it's damn near impossible in the day and age we live in today. Like, even though he doesn't want it, it's essential. I don't think God wanted the end of times to come, but here we are. So it's like it's the best thing to do for the most part. You could still be with somebody and it's still isolating, because it's about you and your small circle is what matters. It's not about being involved with the whole world and so many people everywhere where you come from and everything else, and because you just can't trust everybody, bro. Like, you cannot trust nobody today. It's insane, to the point where if you build like a little life of your own happiness and prosperity and stuff, you can't take that nowheres, bro. So what do? You have to protect it at all costs. Otherwise, a lot of these meat riding demons are going to strip it from you. They're going to make you feel bad. They're going to make you feel guilty. And they're going to take that away. So you cannot let this happen, and protect your peace at all costs. This happens through isolation to a degree. You would be lucky, and I've said it for a long time, you would be lucky to be able to create a very small circle of people, maybe you and your chick, some of you ladies, you and your man, and create your own family and be on the same page, and maybe a friend or two or three or something, to the point where it's brotherhood and things of that nature. Because you just can't be trusting of everybody nowadays, bro. Like, you cannot take your own happiness around other people. You can't be yourself. You have to almost make yourself miserable even to be around most people. So what does that tell you? Most people are miserable. So think about it, it makes sense. If you create a life of happiness and prosperity within yourself, you can't take it around miserable people because they're miserable. There's a reason I couldn't get around a lot of people for a very long time, and there's also a reason why I used to be able to be around a lot of people. Because what was I focused on during those times? Getting high, smoking weed with the boys, doing all this stuff, not caring about my life. The days are going by, the days are going by, the days are going by. And I have no purpose besides getting lit up. Being down just like everybody else, smoking just with everybody else, just pissing your life away just like everybody else when I was young. And it's not like that was my plan. It's just what was going on at the time, and I knew I wasn't going to keep doing it. But the difference is they didn't. That was the life they were in. That was the life they were living. So when you change for the better, which means more happiness, more prosperity, more achievements, more abundance, you're going to see the demons unravel themselves, and people can turn on you like this. All those people that you thought were your friend, you didn't expect them to turn on you. You had to go in isolation mode because those were the people you had at the time. This is what happened to me. I didn't expect everyone to just completely go against me because I'm now doing my best at those times. I didn't think, and I did not anticipate those things happening. I didn't think it would happen. I didn't think they would do me like that. And you start to learn about the world, you start to learn about people, you start to learn about life, and that's why, bro, you cannot take your happiness around just anybody. You have to protect what you build at all costs. Let's say if you got a relationship partner and things are very good, you have to protect that at all costs, bro. You think everyone's going to be happy for you? You think everyone's going to be happy for you? No, they're not. You shouldn't expect everybody to be. Live your life in your small circle, which is pretty isolating, even with a partner, even with a few mates. It still is. Not as, most likely, as some people may be very alone. By themselves, which I've been there. But it still is. You're still cut off from the majority of the world. And it's not like you don't get along with anybody at any other time, but you're not close with everybody. You don't trust everybody. So if you don't trust people and if you're not close to people, what are they to you? Not much. They ain't much to you. It's just another acquaintance. It's just another stranger. It is nothing else. You cannot trust them. There's no actual bond there because there's something about them that's just against you, and you know it in the back of your mind. You just know it. So these are the times we are in, and God did not want this. God does not want us to be isolated, but at the same time, there's also scriptures warning you about certain people. So I think the best way to go today is to build a very small circle where everyone's on the same page. You can talk to anyone in your circle about absolutely anything. And there's no issues, there's no problems. Because y'all is just going to talk about everything. Y'all is going to be on the same page. It's your ride or dies for life. And anything else that might get added in slowly over time, which will be a process, but that's the way it's going to be, because you have to hold people to a certain level if they're going to come around you. You can't just be around anybody. Those days are over, and honestly, I don't even know if those days ever existed where that was a safe bet. I think things today is just more exposed now than ever, and It's about a small circle, bro. That's what it's about. During these times, during the times of isolation, during the end of times, which is taking place. And you don't have to go around people acting like they're just everyone's an enemy either. But you're gonna go around and you just have the vibe where you're cool with people, but you still don't really trust them. You're still not really with them. It is what it is, because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is what it is. You can't really fake it, and it's not good either to, like, even if you don't like certain people, it's not necessarily good to start creating enemies out of them and have this animosity, because you don't want that build up. You just want to be a cool person, and obviously if somebody else does something, then you can do something back, but there's no point in creating enemies. It's just about being self-aware in this world we're in today. Not letting the wrong people get close, because that's the biggest mistake people make. It's a mistake I made a long, long time ago, and I stopped making those mistakes by about 21. Literally, with females and friends and family. Like, I just seen enough. It all hit me, and it was like, it was the most isolated I've ever been around that age. Like 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Around those ages, bro, it was very isolating. Very, very, very much so. And even from 25 to right now, like, not much better. Maybe a little bit better, but not much. So I got hit hard, young, with a lot of wake up calls, and I didn't shy away from it. I accepted what was going on. I'm just that type of person, man, where I accept the truth that's right in front of me, and I see things for what they are, and I can't do anything else. I see things and I know what things are, and I live by it. I can't fake and pretend that, oh, I'm cool with someone when it's just not that way. Or someone talk behind my back and they expect me to be friends with them and act that way. I just can't do it, bro. I'm going to look at you some type of way, and that's what's going to happen. But my last piece of advice in this video for anyone that's very isolated right now is to just, there's not much else you can do other than pick yourself up every day. Pick yourself up every day. Focus on yourself. Focus on your life. Do the things you want to do, bro. This is a perfect time to do it. Do the things you want to do in life. Get your head straight. Who cares about toxic people from your past? Who cares about certain family that you may have had that was toxic to you? Who cares about certain friends that may have been toxic to you? Certain exes that was toxic? Who cares? Focus on yourself. Focus on the life that you have in front of you. Be genuinely who you are, and focus on your likes. The things you like to do. That's what's going to build you up, and you're going to come up with some great ideas, and it's about enjoying what you're doing in this life. Working hard at it and enjoying yourself. Whether it's the gym, whether it's arts, whether it's music, whether it's construction, whatever floats your boat. That's what you do. Is what you love to do. And when you just focus on that, which a lot of people can't today, a lot of people can't even focus on the things they want to do today, bro, because they're so messed up. Things are so toxic. People have become so toxic. People don't want to take that. Here's the thing. The reason people can't do it is because they don't want to be that person that's more isolated. They want to be involved in the modern times. They want to be involved in the modern world. And I've made videos about this. If you guys haven't seen it, you have to go watch it. Why you have to walk away from modern times in like modern society. You have to walk away from it, bro. Like, it is in your best interest to be the more isolated person, to be the more focused person, to focus on the things that you enjoy, that bring you peace, that bring you happiness, that bring you prosperity. Focus on certain minds that you want to as well. YouTube is a beautiful platform. There's all kinds. There's all kinds of help. There's all kinds of support. And You don't need anybody in real life, bro, at the end of the day. And if you just keep yourself focused, like during the times where you must, you will get the right people in your life. It's gonna be a process. It's gonna take a while, but it's gonna happen. And y'all's gonna be on the same page. Things is gonna be very good. And as you build that life with somebody else and a few others, you have to protect it at all costs. Because this world's a very evil, cruel world where there's a lot of miserable people and they'll try to self-sabotage what you have going on just because they feel like doing it. There's people out there like that, bro. Trust and believe me, there are people out there like that. Let's say if you're talking to some girl, some people that might know you, some certain friends that might know you, they could literally try to start adding her on certain social media sites or whatever it might be. Like, bro, people have done this. They haven't succeeded, but people have tried. Like, bro, your own friends will do you dirty. So you have to protect at all costs what you have. And it's not even about that. It's about, you have to be careful who you bring your own people around. You have to be careful who you go around. You have to be careful who you bring, who's close to you, around others as well. Which means you have to protect what you've built. These are conversations you must have with your own people. Everybody has to know this. Nobody can be getting brainwashed in your circle by outside influences, because what y'all build is for y'all. And you have to stick with that. The grass is not greener on the other side. It's only green where you water it, right here in a small circle. So that's the focus. That's what you must focus on. And that's what's going to grow. And you're going to grow. Your people's going to grow. And y'all's going to do this life right. Everyone else is going to be scrambling at the bit, wishing they would have done life right. But they just didn't, because they chose toxicity. They chose to get and just hang around anybody. Like, bro, there's a lot of traumatized, weird people in this world today where they're just trying to cling on to you and everybody else. And people's just a mess. Like, it's absolutely insane. Nobody wants to commit anymore, bro. Nobody wants to actually just, we're going to do life together. Like, those are the only people I want in my life. The only people. Because I don't trust anyone who's for everyone, if that makes sense. I don't have a friend who's for everyone. If I have a friend, a real brother, this dude knows what's up. This dude understands you can't just be friends with just anybody. This type of dude is going to be selective, very selective with who he gets around. Because I don't get around people who get around everybody, bro. I don't do it. I've learned lessons. Someone who is a friend to everyone is a friend to nobody. That is a saying, and it is the facts. It's like a fake person just navigating around the world in certain places around certain people, pretending to be so cool with these people, pretending to be so cool with that those kinds of people over there and over there and over there. And it's not real. So those are the people I do not associate myself with, get close to, none of that. At most, if I see people like that, they're going to get a little head nod if I don't mind the person, but I'm not going to get close to the person because I don't trust them, because they are for everyone. And I don't trust people who are for everyone. I trust people who understand boundaries and standards, and actually understand them and actually live by them. Because there's toxic people who they preach to know certain things, but yet the things they preach to know, they're still for everyone. They're still hanging out here, hanging out there, drinking, partying, doing this, doing that, going crazy. With toxic people still in their life, but yet they know what's going on, but they cannot fix it. You cannot trust them either. You can only trust people who knows what's up and who's actually about that life, who's actually living that life. And here's why a lot of us are going to be isolated, because how many people are actually walking the walk with this kind of a life? Not many. And I have been, bro. I've been very strict with my life. I'm very strict with my life and who I get around. I'm not playing around. I'm not having some idiot come around thinking he or she is going to manipulate me in any kind of way. You're terribly mistaken. You are terribly mistaken if you think that's going to happen. I'm going to test you like you've never been tested in your entire life. I'm going to squeeze every ounce of everything out of you, and I will figure out who you are. You cannot touch me. You cannot hurt me. You cannot do shit to me. I will find out exactly who you are, and if you're about that life, guess what? You have nothing to worry about. Those are my favorite kind of people, and guess what? There's a few of them around. And we all love this real shit, bro, because we're about that life. I just ain't playing games. And the way I test people, bro, it's overtime. It's overtime. I'm cool with most people, but not close with most people. That is the way to go during these isolating times, during the end of times. Be smart, be aware. There's another saying, act like you trust people, act like you trust everybody, but trust nobody. Just be careful, is all I'm saying. Be willing to test. And it doesn't have to be certain things you're actually doing to people. It's just, you can test just by simply having conversations. You can ask someone a question and you can hear what they say and you can tell a lot just by that. It's not hard to test people, bro. People over time is going to tell you exactly who they are. It's easy. Like if you're half smart, it's pretty easy. And if you're half smart or fully smart and have experience, easy. We ain't playing games, bro. We are not playing around. I don't play around people. I stick to what works. I know what works. I know how things work. And I know how things fail. I don't want to fail. I have before with people. I've made mistakes with people. I've given a lot to the wrong people. I've got stabbed in the back. Lesson learned. You or anybody else cannot blame me. I would never blame you guys for being the way you are because of things like this. It just is what it is. We're in a non-trusting world, and like I said, you have to build a life that you're happy about. You like the life you live, you like the lifestyle you live every single day, and protect that at all costs. And as well as the people in it. And with that being said, God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.